sure my volume is up. Yep, it's up.
Me too, Star. Oh, man. Just give me
Knock down.
drop. Neat.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, I will be.
Seriously.
Yeah, you fucking suck.
Really? Hey, Shelby. How are you, darling? Hey, Glitter. How are my darlings? How are yous? You guys can see that all right? Everything's good? Hey, Ash. And of course, my phone's going off. Everything's good. You guys can all see that okay? I'll probably have to zoom in a little bit more just to, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I might have to zoom in a little bit more. I finally ordered a few books. So I think I have what I want to color out of 50 mythical miniatures, because this came yesterday. I was hoping my other books would be in, but because they're being delivered today, I was hoping they'd be in early enough so I could kind of see if I wanted to color that. But yeah, it just tells me that my package is out for delivery. That's all. So, anyways, so this is the one set challenge, pencil challenge. So I'm challenging myself. I have, I think, 36 different sets of pencils, or 37. Hey, Brooke. And I am challenging myself because usually I use mixed media on my pages, and I am challenging myself to just use one set per page. Last week was the Prisma premieres, and I never posted it, but I'll show you guys how that one turned out. This is the way that one turned out in the end. So I was super happy with that one. But I don't use my Prismas often. So yeah. So just a disclaimer. I know it's in the, the description or whatever, but this is not for children. There's usually topics that are not meant for children under the age of 18. So if somebody or a child pops in, please, I'm not trying to be rude, but excuse yourself from the chat. So we are going to get in. I have, hang on guys. I'm pretty sure I removed my Prismas from here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I did. Okay. So, let's just get this all. Alright. So, we are going to spin to see what pencils I get this time, and then I have to pull them out. So, just give me a second, and you guys can see what it brings up. My stomach goes every time with these. Okay, so these are the Zedkianyi, which are my very new colored pencils. These ones here that I got off Temu. So it will be a challenge for me as well because I haven't really used them. So we're going to pull them out of here, my little case, and we will lay them all out in front of me so I can see my colors and as to what I am doing here. All right, this is my color range. We have these colors here. These colors here. I'm not even in frame. I'm really sorry, guys. So I've zoomed in. And then we have this. It's a 72 set, so. It's a good thing I chose a kind of smaller picture today, so. Alright, oops, get in there. Move these back a bit. Alright, it's a good thing I didn't have to like crawl under my table to get them. Okay, I am just moving my charging cord so I don't hit that. Alright, so, usually my lives last anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours. So, grab yourselves a drink, get your coloring stuff, get whatever you're doing, put your feet up, however you're doing it, and just enjoy the chit chat with everybody. So, I have 3 pictures that I was thinking about doing, and you guys can vote on which one you would like to see me do with my pencils. So, there's this little guy here, the little turtle. Okay, that's number 1. So we'll vote 1, 2, or 3, or turtle, whatever you guys think. It's number 1. Where are you, my little friend? This is number 2, which is the troll. And the third one is the castle in the front. Which one would you guys like to see me color? The castle, the troll, or the turtle? What would you guys rather? The troll, 1, the turtle, the turtle. Okay, so we'll start with the turtle. If I finish that on time, then we'll go over to the troll. So we'll go with the turtle. Where are you? I lost him again. Good Lord. There are a few things. I mean, this book is super cute. I love mythological creatures. But I think, in my opinion, I think she could have done a little bit more with, like, backgrounds, or with some of the simpler pictures. I think there could have been done a little bit more. And this whole, I mean, we can black them out, but I always take my pictures out of my books, so please bear with me. I gotta break the spine here so I can take it out. Yeah, how has everybody been doing? I know it's just been a week, but a week can make a big difference. Alright. I also got the Magical Chibi's coloring book. I wasn't sure which one I wanted to color, but I think the mythical creatures is good. Or the mythical miniatures. And of course, my dog has to voice their opinion. Is that close enough, or? Yeah, a lot of people say they wish she hadn't have done the writing. Do you guys want me to move in a little closer? Because if I do that, we're going to be going zoop. Just don't look at the screen if I move in a little closer. Yeah, yeah, the weather's not great here either. It's really dark and gloomy here. I'll see if I move in a bit. Just a touch, guys. So just bear with me. Is that better? I think that looks a little better on the screen. I'm a little closer than I was. Not much closer, but... Alright, let me think. Let's see what we got here. Because, again, I think I used like 2 of the pencils very, very minutely on a page. I'm going to move my phone over this way a bit. So I can see the chat. take this ring off because it's driving me crazy. All right. I'm just trying to think. I guess we can go with like a... I don't know what color I do. I don't know which way I'm going to go with this turbo here, guys. Just give me a second. I don't give you much color range. That's the problem here. Okay, let's go with this. Let's see what this one is. Hello, Keely. How are you, honey? Alright, so there's that light green. And then we'll go with, let's see this green. I don't know how this green will do, but we'll see. It's just that initial trying to find those colors that you want to go together, to be honest. Alright, that'll be alright to go with that. And then we'll figure out the darkest color, I guess. Don't want to go too dark, but I don't want to go too light either. Alright, I guess those three will work for now. So these pencils I got on Temu, and they said they were like oil based, but I'm not 100% sure. Again, I haven't tried them yet. So I guess we'll see them together and see how they work together, right? See how they shade. I have this kink right in my neck by my right arm, like my neck and my shoulder. And it is literally driving me crazy today. I don't know what that pain is, but it feels like I pulled a muscle when I was sleeping. So, all right, Mr. Turtle. Yeah, we can do these like a pinky purple kind of. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right. I'm gonna turn these here and there. So, before the live, I was looking for things like questions and stuff to ask you girls, because sometimes it's hard to think of something to talk about during a live, to be honest. So I thought we could have a little bit of fun with and see what everybody answers to certain questions. I didn't write them down. I'm just going off the top of my head here. So, what are 3 mediums or 3 supplies that you cannot do without when you color? Mine is my blender pencils and my white and black paint pens. Those are 3 things I cannot do without when I color, which is a test for sure. Yeah. Yep, I'm the same. I need my something to create embellishments on my pages. Now, seeing those answers, now, if you had to move or you had to leave where you are, what 3 things would you take with you? Anything. It doesn't have to be art supplies, but what 3 things would you actually take with you? Your coloring books and markers. I would take a book to read because you can't go wrong with reading. I would take my puzzle books, like my, variety puzzle books. That's what I would take with me. And of course, I would take some kind of medium, whether it be in markers or pencils, because no matter where you go and whoever you meet up with, there's going to be bound to be paper here and there. So even if you don't have your coloring books with you, you have something to create color with. So. Okay, no problem, honey. Your tarot cards? Yeah. But Brooke, what if there was no, internet and no anything? Like we were just stranded, sort of thing. These pencils don't have color names. They just have numbers. I don't know. I don't know if they'd be oil based. I mean, maybe in China and Japan these are considered oil based, but I'm not sure. They feel nice. They really do. And I'm not having a problem laying down color, but your coloring books. Okay, so here's another fun one. If you were given no choice to leave the country you're living in, and you could pick one other country to go to, what country would that be? Me, it would be Australia. I love animals and I love wildlife. I think it's so pretty. I don't hike or anything. I camp with my husband and my kids. Not as often as me and my husband would like, but I think Australia, they have beautiful beaches, water. Oh yeah. Scotland, Ireland. Okay. Very interesting. I'm getting to know some of yous. Uh-huh. If you can choose a decade to go to, what decade would you choose? I say the 80s. I'm 80s all the way. I'd love to raise my kids in the 80s, honestly. Kind of liking those colors together. They look really nice. The 60s? Yeah? Are you a hippie, Brooke? See, I'd go with the 80s or the 50s. I love the clothing from the 50s, like the poodle skirts and the big cute, like the cute dresses, and oh yeah. And swing, oh yeah. I love all of that. Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about, girly. I love witchcraft stuff and witchy, like, a lot of my coloring books are based on, like, witchy stuff and, cute, spooky stuff and stuff like that. I love all that stuff. And mythological creatures and all these magical beings and stuff, so. Alright, next question. Would you rather live without internet for the rest of your entire life, or would you rather be rich and afford anything you wanted in life? Me? I mean, now I go crazy without, if I don't have internet, but I also know how to entertain myself when there is no internet. So, and being rich doesn't always mean you're going to be happy. So yeah, I don't know which one I would choose, honestly. Not being rich, I don't think. Like, yeah, okay, money, but you can't take to your grave what, you can't take money to your grave, so honestly. And technically, money isn't technically ours. It actually belongs to the government and the bank of whatever, you know. So, money is just borrowed for us, in all honesty. So, but if there's no internet, Brooke, it means there's no cell data. That doesn't work. See? You gotta think about it that way. If there's no internet, there's no data for cell phones because data on cell phones run off of the internet. Yeah, see, a lot of us don't think about it. We don't think about everything around it, to be honest. We don't think of those little things. But, yeah. Let's see. If you were only able to color three, like if there was only a choice of choosing 3 different genres, meaning, there's the fantasy genre with the fantasy women, there's, mythical creatures and witchy stuff and all that fun stuff. If you could only choose 3 genres, what would they be? Me would be the witchy stuff, the creepy cute stuff, and it would be like mythical creatures, because I do not do the whole portrait thing. That's just not me. Yeah. I don't color people very often, and when I do, it's chibis. Yep, I'm with you there, Brooke, honestly. I'm not much of a mandala colorist, and I'm not much of a people, like, person, portrait colorist. I can't do it. I see all these people coloring, all these portraits, and they have, like, the right, you know, proportions on the face, and they highlight it, and this and that. Are you kidding me? I can't do that. I probably could if I really, really tried, but I just don't have the effort for that. Who the heck keeps messaging me? It's driving me crazy. That's one of my group chats going off. Driving me bonkers. Do you guys have any questions you want to ask? Anything? Sorry about the dinging, if you guys can hear that. Hello, lovely. Oh, here's a question for you. When there's a commercial or an ad on when you're watching television or whatever you're doing, what is the one kind of ad that drives you crazy? And I know exactly what ad drives me crazy every time. And that's the ads that they come up with like new medications for anxiety or heart medication, or say Viagra or whatever. And they say all these things, all the good that it can do, and then near the end they tell you everything that could possibly go wrong with this medication. And they do it so fast and so, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even have a chance to even breathe to think about what the side effects are. And all I keep thinking to myself is, if it causes that many side effects, why would I want to take a medication that causes that? All that. Those are the ads that absolutely drive me bonkers when I'm watching television, to be honest. Is there any commercials you guys get you get annoyed with? Or if they overplay a commercial constantly? Yeah, they are crazy, right, Glitter? Like, why would I even take the chance on my health? I want to get better, not cause more health issues, to be honest. So, yeah, just not in my, just not feeling that one. Right. I made my 16-year-old really awkward around her dad the other day. Because she needed new underwear. Yeah, she needed new underwear. And she came to me and she was asking me. And I said, so I went on Amazon and I said, what kind of underwear do you want? Do you want these ones? Do you want those? She's like, no, the girly ones? I'm like, what? She's like, the girly ones, The things, she said, because her dad was sitting right beside me. And he's looking at me, and I knew exactly what she meant, but he's looking at me, and he just kind of let this smirk go. And I said, what, thongs and G-strings? She's like, ew, no, don't say that. In front of her dad. Said, well, Dad's the one that does the laundry, so eventually he's going to see them. Like, No, she says, I'll wash them myself. Oh, I know. The false advertisement that some of these commercials freaking pads are not that absorbent. And those underwear, I don't know if any of you guys have tried those underwear that are supposed to be like for your period. Um, and you don't need pads anymore. They're just super absorbent underwear. It's like a built-in. I'm sorry, but I don't know how good that would feel. I mean, I don't like it when underwear gets damp and as it is. So why would I want to wear period underwear? Sorry, but. And I did warn everybody, this is adult situations. So. If I'm making anybody uncomfortable, I'm sorry. I don't mean to, but we're all women here. We're all going through, the same things. Yeah, my 16-year-old daughter gets very awkward around her dad when, we talk about sex or something like that. She gets all weirded out. She's like, Mom, I don't want to talk about those things. I'm like, why? Because Dad's here? She's like, ew, gross, no. Like, what is the issue here? Like, he's the one, he will go out and buy us tampons or pads if we need them. Like, he's an amazing husband. He's not one of those husbands that, gets all weirded out by it. The one time he went to go get for my one daughter, my oldest daughter, she's now 23. And she had come on her time of the month, and she's like, Mom, I need pads. Well, I was busy at home with the younger kids, so I asked my husband, can you go with her and get pads? So she went with her dad to get pads. She wasn't weirded out by it. The girl at the cash register was looking at my husband, then looked at the pads, then looked at my husband and looked at the pads. And my husband, without even hesitating, he goes, they're for me. The woman was so, like, dumbfounded. She didn't know what to say. Like, my daughter's standing beside him, and she's looking at him going, why are you buying these, sort of thing. She was a young girl. And, yeah, without hesitation, my husband's like, they're for me. Like, right? I hear ya. But what can you do? It's part of life, right? You can't avoid it. You just find I usually look for the cashier that's like one by herself, nobody else around. Well, now I don't care because I'm older, but when I was younger, it was like that. You would find the one cashier that was all by herself. Now, not so much, but yeah. When you're younger, it's a little different. But, oh man. Just those awkward moments in life, eh? Gotta love them. Gotta love them. Alright, here's a question for you guys. Are any of you superstitious? I mean, I use superstitions with my daughters, but I don't really think they all work, to be honest. I mean, my grandma was very superstitious. Are you superstitious, Glitter? Like, my grandma used to tell me that, when we were younger, if you, the biggest superstition with her was if you have a deck of cards on the table when you're eating, it's eating with the devil, is what she would say. she would always make us take off, like if there was a set of cards on the table, because we were playing cards or whatever. She wouldn't even place the food on the table until we took those cards off the table, because to her it was eating with the devil. And then there was the one that if you swallow the watermelon seeds, watermelons grow in your belly. That's what she used to tell us. Just little things, you know what I mean? Like, I hear you, honey. I do. Me, my husband tells me, like, you really have no filter. And I really don't. I don't have a filter. Um, and I mean, there's days where it works out in my favor, and then there's days where not so bueno, you know. Do you guys believe in UFOs? And do you believe there's other life out there? I believe there's life out there somewhere other than us. What it is, I don't know, but I do believe there is life out there other than us. Yeah, deja vu is the weirdest thing, Glitter. I find deja vu very strange. It scares the living hell out of me sometimes. I was sitting here the other day and I was coloring a picture and my daughter came into the kitchen and it was like deja vu. I don't know what it was that caused it, but I had seen it all before, and it's like you shake it off because you're like, no, there's no way. Like, you're thinking to yourself, this has happened before. You know. And it's just, to me, it weirds me out sometimes. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, though? Well, I must have been a colorist in my past life, because that's what I was doing when deja vu happened. So, I guess in all my past lives and my story, I'm an artist in some way or another. In high school, I did a paper and a presentation on urban legends. And the things I learned from it, it was like a lot of urban legends, they come from truth. They really do come from some sort of truth. But it's like playing the game telephone, right? It starts off here. By the time it gets to this point, it's a completely different story, and it's been embellished, and it's been, you know. So, I like watching Urban Legends, the show on television as well. I do like watching true crime stuff. It's one of my favorite things to watch on TV, or like listen to when I am coloring. I usually try to watch true crime stuff, just because to me it's interesting. No, I'm not going to go out and kill anybody. No, I'm not, you know. It's just, to me, it's interesting how some people can just snap the way they do, you know, in life. And we can all say, you know, there's no way I could ever murder somebody, but if, you know, if it was a matter of life and death, I think we all could. We all have it in us. Not saying that we're going to do it just, because we want a divorce or, just because. I'm saying, like, if it came down to it, like a life and death situation where you had to battle for your life, um, yeah, I think I could find the strength in me to, survive it. But it is very interesting and very terrifying. You're very right. But I do like to watch it, just to, and then you hear some of the excuses that they give when they're in interrogation or whatever the case may be. And I'm thinking to myself, really? That's what you come up with out of everything you could choose. That is what you come up with. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Now, let's see. Do I go pink or purple or blue with his spots? Because the choices for blues, we don't have very many blues. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't really have much of a light blue like most. So we have to make our choices very carefully on this. Exactly, glitter. Definitely, exactly. Like, I just hear some of them and I'm going, really? Like, you couldn't have come up with something better than that, for God's sakes? If you're gonna lie your way out of something, at least make it a good lie. That's just me. I mean, even when you lied to your parents when you were younger, you'd think of a good one, not some cheapo freaking one they're gonna see through in a matter of seconds. Sorry guys, I'm drinking a coffee. My husband just got me a coffee earlier, and technically my first coffee of the day, so it's really good right now. So yeah, let's get back to these pencils. So, like I said, I got these on Temu. They were only like $20 for the 72 set. They really aren't bad pencils. If you're a beginner or you're looking for a budget brand set and you're curious about the ones on Temu, I heard the markers aren't that great, but I'm not 100% sure because I haven't bought the markers. But the colored pencils are pretty good. They're better than Crayola. Let's just put it that way. I mean, the color range, not so much. But they have bigger sets. They have 120 set and stuff like that. I only got the 72 set because I wasn't sure how I was going to like these pencils. So, I got the smaller set to start because, like I said, I wasn't sure. So I was just taking a chance on them. Now, they're not bad. The color range in the 72 set isn't as great as I would have hoped for. But, considering the price I paid, they are really good pencils. I've had worse. Trust me, I have had worse. And they are even considered on the list that I have for my one set challenge. Yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for a budget set, I mean, these are pretty good. I wasn't really looking for a budget set. I was just testing out the quality of the art supply, like the pencils. Somebody told me the markers weren't great. I guess it depends on which ones you buy. I don't know. But just trying to see if this, I don't know if I should go a little darker with my, yeah, I might go a little darker with the pink for the shading. But yeah, they're not bad. They're not a polychromo or a broodfooner, you know. They're not. They're not like that kind of quality, but they're pretty good. I mean, from you guys are seeing it in front of you, but yes, I do believe there is life out there, just whether it's aliens or whatever. I mean, I've had dreams where I ended up on an alien ship, and it was very strange dreams, but I wasn't tied down to a table or anything like that. We were, like, you know, it was a bunch of us were on a ship, and that's where we had to live, was on the ship. On, like, this giant spaceship. There were different kinds of creatures there. I wouldn't say, well, I guess to us they would be aliens, but yeah, they were different kinds of creatures, but they weren't the scary aliens that they show you on TV. But yeah, there were a bunch of us on the ship. I may sound crazy, but that's what my dream was, to be honest. Uh-oh. Are we all good? Sorry if I froze there, guys. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to freeze. Am I back? Are we all good? Am I frozen? I hope not. Okay. Okay, good. I don't know, it just popped up on my phone that there was an error, so I was like, oh. Not bad, not bad. These pencils aren't bad. So, here's a weird question for you. If animals could talk, which animal do you think would be the most intelligent? Sure, go for it, honey. What question do you have for me? Or us? Anybody's able to ask questions. Shoot, if you've got one. You say the gorilla? Yeah, they're mostly like us, right? I don't know. I think dogs are pretty smart. They're very, very smart. Actually, I'm going to have to take a paper out from under this because this is driving me crazy. It's too thick underneath. Raven or an owl, elephant. It would be interesting to know what these animals actually think about, you know. And if they could talk, we could find out what they're thinking about. So I'll be sending it through Canada Post, so I would be assuming it would come through your United States Postal Service. yeah, there were a few little hiccups on my end. I haven't forgotten about you, and I am definitely adding a bunch of stuff for you in your package. Um, so yeah, it will be coming through United States, probably the postal service through them. I would assume so. If I'm going through, um, what do you call it? And I'm really sorry. My daughter, she had a bunch of appointments. Oh, yeah. Sometimes life gets in the way of everything you plan on doing, honestly. And then you get sidetracked and you forget, and oh my gosh. My grandson went for his vaccinations the other day, and they gave him 3 shots in his leg, and his leg literally blew up like a balloon. So we have no idea what happened there, or anything going on there. She took him to the hospital, and they just said, "Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing." A baby's leg doesn't just blow up for no reason after a vaccination. Not like a balloon, anyways. So, yes, if things go the way I'm thinking about, you might end up with a box instead of just like a package, or a really big package, to be honest. Yeah, it blew up like a balloon, and all they said is, "Oh, it'll go away." So the baby his leg is completely bruised, and he's miserable. You know, just, I just feel so bad for the little guy. And doctors don't care nowadays. They don't care about you as a person. They just care about you as a paycheck, honestly. Hey, Pickle, how are you, lovely? We're just coloring and chatting, and I'm asking everybody questions, silly little questions, just to keep going. My goodness, I have a tickle in my throat. Goodness gracious. That's okay. It's all good, T. You can lurk all you want, darling. So, yeah. Alright, so, let's see. Top 3 favorite artists. Yeah. I am here. I think I slept wrong last night, Pickle, because I got this feeling on my one shoulder, and it feels like the muscle is pulled, but the way it feels, it's actually making me sick to my stomach. It's weird. It's the weirdest feeling. I don't even know. I've never felt this kind of weirdness before, but story of our lives, isn't it? It is very hard to choose. That's why I said it's, silly little questions. Years ago, when I first started coloring, I knew it used to be Sassy Coloring, it used to be Jade Summer, and it used to be Tabitha Barnett. Now, things have changed because my tastes have changed. So, I still love my Coco Wyo. Daily Art Hour, definitely. Yeah, definitely Daily Art Hour, Coco Wyo, and I guess it would be Camellia Androkova, but I don't have all of Camellia books. I only have her miniature series, to be honest. Um, I don't have her mandala series. I don't have any of those, just because I'm not a mandala colorist. So, yeah, they do change, right? Like your tastes change constantly. So as of right now, yes, I agree. Yours are, the Kirby, the Maria Trolle, and the mine right now are the Camellia miniature series. Um, and Coco Wayo, and who else did I say? Oh my goodness, I forgot. But yeah, those are my go-to, really, to be honest. There are a couple of new companies. There's a company called 99 Fox, and then there's 99 Owl Publishing, the number 99. Now, the one company, I think it's 99 Fox, it looks almost like similar to Coco Wayo stuff. Oh, I think I'll feel better. I think it was just, like I said, it's the angle that my arm and stuff was at, like, and my neck. It was the weirdest thing. Yeah, so I found this company. It's called 99 Fox, like the number 99 and the word Fox. Now, I don't know. They look pretty similar to Coco Wayo stuff, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't know if they're gonna go by a different name now or what they're gonna do. Like Jade Summer, her, she, or I keep saying it's a she because of the name, but I know it's a publisher, like the publisher name. So, Alexander Franzese and Joshua Dunbar went out on their own. So I don't know if that's going to happen with the Coco Wayo artists, if they're just going to go out on their own. But we don't even know who those artists were, so therefore we can't technically find their work. But I have a couple of those 99 Fox books in my cart. There's a Baby Animals one, there's a Glassy Worlds one, and I was looking at them and they're in my cart. So when I do get them, I will share them. And we'll take a look and see what the difference is. And so I honestly don't know how that will work, but I'm hoping that Coco Wayo gets enough petition so that they can come back and do their thing. Because I did like a lot of Coco's books, honestly. Yeah. Well, thank you, darling. Thank you. The only thing I don't like is this whole bottom thing, the words right there. And I think maybe, yes. So my one set challenge I'm doing is for the actual picture. I can only use the one set of pencils for the picture. For the background, I think I'm going to take my, chalk pastels. Or I got new stencils for the background in my chalk pastels. I got these little stencils from Temu. I haven't used them yet, but I've been looking for a reason to use them. So they're little plastic ones, and like they're pretty decent. And this one's like a cow print. This one's like a checker print. So I'm thinking about, a background with chalk pastels, maybe doing something with some of these and giving it a little bit of a background. Like this one is like chevrons. These are bubbles. I might do the bubbles in the background. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how things work out. Not everything always works out the way you plan. We don't know what happened to Coco Wild, to be honest. Yeah, yes, people do keep selling dodgy books, and Amazon keeps selling, but people like, Coco Wild, Jade Summer, legit publishers who are trying to do it the honest way seem to get their butts kicked off for some reason or another. So, yeah, that's why I tried. I mean, I had seen a bunch of people pickle with a bunch of different stencils like that, and I had always created my own stencil with cardboard from like my kids' snack boxes or whatever. I would use the cardboard and trace out, you know, some shapes. But I saw those, and they were only like, they weren't even that much. They were like $2.50 for, I think, 8 of them or 10 of them. So I was like, okay, well, it's not that bad. So we'll try them, and I do like the set. So. Well, that's true too, T. That really is true. Um, I mean, why not, keep the middleman out and make the money for yourself? Which makes sense. It really does. Because if you're working for somebody, then, you're not getting all the money because they have to take a percentage or whatever the case may be. Yeah, that's the only thing. Coco Wild never told you who the artist was in her books, or in their books, sorry. That's the only downfall is, we don't know who the actual artist was. Um, and I didn't get I know a lot of people are collectors with certain artists and certain books. There are a bunch of people who are Coco Wild collectors. There were only, I picked and chose which books I was very picky about the books I got. One, I'm more of a PDF person because I don't really have the room for, shelving after shelving after shelving to put books on. So it saves space with the PDFs. And don't get me wrong, I have a shelf and a bunch of, totes that have a bunch of coloring books in them. But I didn't buy all of Coco Wild's books every time a new one came out. I didn't buy it because not all of them appealed to me. Yeah, there is, tea. There is a company. It's called Collodon. Colloden. It's a new publishing company, and they have a can't remember if it's a Mystic Beauties or a Zodiac book, but their women on that are so beautiful. Um, if you're interested. I don't know. They kind of remind me of Coco Wild's Beautiful Women book, like their beauties book. That's what they reminded me of when I saw it. So it's Colloden, all one word. And the girls in there I thought were beautiful, but. And these are just like publishing companies that I've come across as, I'm looking for similar books to Coco Wild's and certain artists that I found. I'm always looking. Yeah, a lot of their books aren't, I mean, they're not great, but that book there, I ended up putting on my wish list because I did like the way they looked. So, I don't believe it's an AI book either. I mean, it could be, but it doesn't look like it to me when I looked at it. It didn't look like an AI generated book, but some people can do AI generated work and it doesn't even look AI. So, um, I find a lot of the time on Amazon now, there are a lot more AI generated books. And the other thing I've also noticed is um, there'll be, one artist or publisher and they have 100 different covers for the same book with same images in it on one entire page. Like, what is the point of that? Why? And again, I'm going to go back to the whole, I honestly think a petition should be started with a bunch of colorists, that it should be a requirement, a coloring book, if you're going to be selling a coloring book, that it should be a requirement to um, have sample pages shown for the colorist or artist um, to see, because a lot of us don't want to buy blindly, because we've been down that road and that's just not an option for us. So um, I honestly believe that there should be a petition that goes around throughout the coloring community and color tubers to, try and get Amazon to make it required to have sample pictures of from coloring books. But it's just one of the things that irk me sometimes when I'm looking for coloring books, that there's no samples. And those are the books are sketchy, if you ask me, because they don't have those samples. So, you know. See what I'm at. Yeah, I'm only at the hour mark, so we should be able to pretty well almost finish this page through the live. This book seems to be a big hit with everybody, but at the same time, we all have, I think a lot of our issue with, yeah, exactly, T. I think, like I said, I think books should have sample pages. If you're going to sell a coloring book, that should be one thing that Amazon says. You need to provide a couple of sample pictures, and not just the best pictures in the book. I hate that. They give you the sample pages, but it's the best pictures in the book. No, don't be doing that crap, man. I don't, nope. There have been a few new books that have come out, like the Camellia book. There's the Island Cuties, the Magical Chibis from Alexander Franzese. Colored Caramel just came out with their Cute Lucky Cats book. I haven't printed it off yet, but I will. Colored Caramel is looking for different ideas from colorists as to different things that we would like to see I suggested diamond painting because it seems to be another big hit with artists and colorists is the diamond painting. So I think they're looking into creating diamond paintings of their work. Alice Mills Publishing, they just came out with their little Bono and Mousie's cute little book. It's very different from what they usually do. I have the one that's not color by number in my cart. I really like that one. Morgan O'Brien, he just gave a free full coloring book on his Ko-fi website. Welcome to the Island. It's a free coloring book. If you're not aware of it, go check it out. On Morgan O'Brien's site, it's a free coloring book that he's given to all his supporters for free. Super cute. I downloaded it. It's based on the Animal Crossing, I believe, from the first one, but this one is so cute. I love it. I'm just trying to think who else is coming out. There's a few new releases coming out, but they're not out as of yet. And honestly, T, when you said you returned them, let me tell you, I think Amazon, like, is going to hate me because I return everything that is... Sometimes it's a returnless refund, to be honest, because they just don't want the book back, you know. And I just, like, I'll show you one book that I got. I was so unhappy about. Like, when I saw the pictures on the back of it, I was in love with the book. I really was. But then I got the book and I was so upset because it was something that I really loved to color, like cute stuff that I love to color. So this one here. These are the pictures on the back of the book. Okay? Super cute, you know, little chibis, and I thought, okay, that would be cute, you know, this little kitty cat. And like, yeah, they are a little bit lighter lines, but what caught my eye was this little guy right here. He is like an Alice in Wonderland kind of feel, is what I got off of that. And I mean, I thought the pictures were really cute. Okay? I get the book, and this is what it is. I returned it, but it was a returnless refund. So they've got it like zoomed right in, cut right off. I mean, some of it I can make it work, but it's the fact of the matter that the description was so off on the pictures are adorable if they were not so, you know, kind of cluttered. I mean, I can make it, I can black out some of it, but I just wasn't impressed. Like, this is one of my favorite pictures, and it's like, and the way it looked like on the back of the book, it was centered in the page. So this one's okay. I can get rid of that one, but this one is the other favorite of mine, and it's just so, like, the line work is fuzzy, and yeah, I was really upset about it, but it was what it was, you know. Usually I go by my gut. This time my gut kind of didn't work the way I wanted it to, so what can you do, right? So I get to keep the book, and yeah. Sorry about the reaching, guys. Don't need to reach across in front of you, but Exactly. I was so upset. Like, I really was excited about that book. Like, I was looking forward to it because those, uh, what do you call it? The one bunny page that look, because Alice in Wonderland is one of my favorite Disney stories, or just stories in general. And, yeah, I was so super upset by it. So, but it was, a returnless refund, so I got my refund back. But I, when I put, my my thoughts and opinions that they ask you for while you're returning it, and I just said, you guys got to be careful with descriptions because a lot of us go off descriptions sometimes, and you're gonna have a lot of very unhappy colorists and artists if you keep, you know, just fibbing your way through. So, yeah, I was really upset about that one, but you win some, you lose some, right? You can't always win, so that's what it was, you know. And then you move on. I was told, I don't know if this is true. I wasn't told. I heard that Kirby wasn't going to be making any books anymore. I think he had one more in the works and then he was done. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. If he's going to stop making coloring books or not, but that's what I heard. He had like one more in the works and it was like his final book. Exactly. If you're paying for it, we should be satisfied. You're so right. I love you, girl. You're so awesome. But yeah, so that's what I heard about Kirby. I don't know. I don't color a lot of Kirby. Um, when I moved here, I swear I have one full box still in the back room. It's actually buried right now. And I remember when I moved into my place, I put it back there because I was going to pull all the coloring stuff out from my old place. And it ended up being buried back there. So I do have a couple of Kirby books, but I think they're all buried back there in my box. So I don't know if mice have gotten to it or whatever, but we'll see when I finally do unbury it and get to it. Well, thank you, my darling. And this book calls for glitter. Is it just me, or this Camellia book calls for glitter, right? It's not just me. It's just, you think mythical creatures, and all I could think of is glitter. Glitter, glitter, glitter. Yes, glitter. That's what I thought. Lots of glitter. I'm trying to think. The sandish kind of color. Because it's similar to that, and I don't want that. I know these are going to be like a purpley color. That's what I want to go with for that. So, maybe I'll go like a darker yellow. Yeah, we'll go with a darker yellow at the bottom. And we'll see the brownish. There's not very many colors I can use here. Glitter always makes everything better. I know. Alright, well, we'll go with this. I don't know how well this combo is going to work, but there's a first for everything, I guess. This is the first time I'm using these pencils, like I said, for I got them on Temu, and yeah. They're not bad pencils. I do like them. Just, I wish there were more color choices in this 72. That's what I would have hoped there were more more color options. Yep, you're right, Pickle. You are right. I love using black when you muck up something, to be honest. That's, or to, make line work bolder, Alright. What is that right there? I guess that's part of the shell, right? This little blurb here. I'm assuming that's the other part of the shell, like the... That's what I'm assuming. I know what assuming does, though. I'm fixing it. I can fix it. Yes, it is a rabbit hole. You click on one thing, you're completely out of wherever you're going. Oh yeah, I know that, girl. Holy cow, I know that one all too well. Jeez. Temu. They even sell bongs. I was looking for, I can't remember what I was looking for, and it brought me to bongs. I was like, that's not what I was going for, but hey. And a lot of their pencils are like, it was hard to find like even oil-based pencils, which these are considered oil-based to them, but I don't know. A lot of their pencils are like watercolor pencils, and they have a lot of the shimmery watercolor paints, and they have apparently macaron colored watercolor paints, and I'm not a watercolor person, so I could, hold myself off on that, but I know my cart has like, my wish list has like over 200 things in it, and it only holds a capacity of like, I think it's 210 items. So I keep taking things out, putting them in my cart, and adding to my wish list. It's hilarious. But sometimes when, I go on Temu sometimes when I'm like tired or whatever, and you start adding things, and then it's the same with Amazon. You're shopping when you're half tired, and you go back to it like a day or two later, and you're like, how the hell did that end up in there? What the hell was I thinking? Like, what in God's name? What is that? Like, even coloring books end up in my, in my wish list sometimes on Amazon, and then I go back to it. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what did I see in that? I must have been seeing something, because no idea, honestly. None. Sometimes how things end up in my cart and my wish list, and I'm like, wow, what is happening right now? Oh yeah. Yeah, see, I don't do diamond paintings. My mom used to, and she had a bunch of diamond paintings when she passed. Exactly, like, stuff starts showing up, and you're like, what the hell is this? I didn't order this. And my husband's going, what did you order this time? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember. Where you're going, I don't remember ordering any of this. Somebody must have sent me something. Oh gosh. See, I'm glad I don't have the diamond painting obsession, as of yet, anyway. Because I'd really be in big trouble. I really don't have room for, like, coloring books, let alone diamond painting. I mean, I do resin art myself here. Well, I haven't done it in a while, but I have a bunch of my resin art still in buckets under my tables and stuff, so yeah, that's there's definitely not enough room for any more fun stuff. Trying to blend this out so the lines aren't so harsh. I don't like that. I don't like the way the lines are harsh. Oh, glitter. Trying to fix all these harsh lines here, but with the little dots and stuff, it's hard because they smudge. I don't like it. I might just go with darker. Just darken up the brown a bit. That's what I'll do. We're all shopaholics. That's it. That's all we can say is we're shopaholics. And stuff that comes out like Temu is not good for any of us. Hey, Em, how are you, beautiful lady? Yeah, Temu and stuff like that is not a good, we're just all crazy, aren't we? Crazy and weird. It's all good. That's what makes us click. We're all crazy and weird colorists and shopaholics and everything else that, you know. You just say, hi, I'm Dee, and I've been a coloring addict for 11 years. And I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. How about you? And so we had to fix this a bit. I wasn't liking the way it was turning out. Kind of darkened it up a bit. Darker brown for the outline. No, that's like a red. Erg. It's a red brown. This one's just about the same color, so hey. Whatever. We'll just go with what we got. We'll go with what I got. So yeah, the color range on these aren't, you know, that great for the 72 set. But like I said, it's a smaller set that I got, and it was only like 20 bucks. I took a chance, you know. And it was Temu. Like, it was new, and I wanted to see what the supplies were like. Hey, Cindy. Yeah, I just wanted to see what the supplies were like. Again, I was told the markers aren't that great on them, on Temu, but I haven't bought them. I've bought lots of journaling stuff and lots of stickers, and I usually go for the stickers on Temu for my journaling. Alright. That looks a little better. I might have to add a little shadow above there, but... And this, I wanted to go like a pinky purple kind of color. See, the problem with these colors is they don't have very pale shades of many colors. So that's, I think if I go light enough with that, I can get away with it. Get away with that. Oh yeah, I can get away with those two. You got a lot of watercolor sets? And how are they, T? The watercolor sets decent from them? Have you tried them? Oh. Yeah, I've seen a lot of watercolor sets by them when I was looking. But like I said earlier, I'm not really a watercolor artist or colorist. I don't use watercolors very often. I have the Nione set of watercolor pencils. I do like them, but when I bought them, I didn't realize they were watercolors. So I do want the regular Nione pencils because they are a beautiful pencil and they are a really nice company. But right now I have to wait till they go on sale because the Niones are quite pricey right now. When I did get the Niones, they were cheap. Not just because they were water pencils, but I think they were just coming out as a company. Like Nione was just coming out on Amazon. So when I got the set, they were like, I think it was like a 72 set, I believe it was. And it was, I think I paid like 35 bucks for it. So, switch a few colors. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to maybe do a live or something using those. Yeah, these pencils will come off the spinny wheel after the live. These will come off the spinny wheel, and next week will be a whole new pencil set. But there's so many times that I, like, while I've been coloring this, there's certain colors that in my other sets that I really want to reach for, and sometimes it's hard, especially when you're a mixed media colorist. It's hard not to reach for, because you know certain colors that you like in your sets. After a while you get to know your sets and the colors they have, and if it's the color that you're aiming for. Alright, honey, thank you for popping in. Love chatting with ya, and hopefully we'll catch you in your live, one of your lives. Yes, thank you, T. You're awesome, sweetie. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's becoming, sometimes it's really hard, like I said, when you're like mixed media colorist like I am, oh my god. Because you get to know your sets. You get to know the colors in your sets. You know, and yeah, it is so hard. Because it's just a habit, right? It's just like a habit, really, when you're a mixed media colorist. Okay, my pencil lead is falling out of this. And it's driving me crazy. So give me a second, guys. Yeah. It's definitely driving me crazy. I just want to grab one of my other pencil sets and just for the color that I want. But that's the challenge. I decided to challenge myself, and I think it's kind of a fun little challenge while I'm on, you know, talking to you guys live, and I like doing it. And by the time I'm done, it could be a couple of months, because I have so many sets, but I'll have colored with every set of my pencils, and then we will compare all my pictures. You messed up one of your works in progresses. Well, do what you gotta do, girl. You do you. And I bet you it'll turn out beautiful. As always. With your stuff. Well, yeah, these aren't so bad. So, I mean, if you're looking for just a cheap pencil to kind of... I would recommend a bigger set of these. Just because of the color range. If you want more color choices, if you're a person who likes a limited, you know, limited color choices, then this would be, you know, a good set for you. But for me, I need more colors. That's what I need. And you know what they say about mistakes. They say they're just happy little mistakes. They happen for a reason, whether it's to make your picture better or to add something special. Embrace the boo-boos. Okay. Oh. You can't erase, right? Can you erase the watercolor at all? Hey, Gail. How are you, beautiful? Because I know with some of my, like, when I use my, what do you call it? My paint pens. When they dry, if I take my electric eraser, I can erase to a degree on it. And then it's enough for me to just kind of go over with a different paint pen or paint pen. I was just curious if you could, you know, do it that way. That's too, I want something more purpley. So that'll work. This might work. Yeah, I was just curious if you could erase, you know, with an eraser. Like where you were mad at it. Do you know how many pictures I've thrown out because I mucked up? Used polys on her face? She's stuck with the stubble. Oh, pickle. Hey, well, look on the bright side. At least it's not ghost boobies. Is it that, like, is it noticeable? Like, maybe to you it's noticeable, but is it noticeable, like, when you take a picture or whatever? Because I know certain things on my pictures, I notice it, but sometimes you can't, like, the other people looking at it can't see the, you know, the, oh, jeez, the mistake on it. That's why I was curious. Because I've shown pictures at the end of the month where I noticed I've messed up, or, you know, even the way lighting shows up for certain pictures. The colors are either lighter or darker than they really are. They're not as bright on camera. Just stuff like that. That's why I'm asking. Sometimes when we're doing our videos, the camera really doesn't do our pictures justice. I've noticed with some pictures. Okay. Yeah, just on Instagram, just kind of show it, or take a picture and show me. I've gotten into this thing about having purple, like, bushes and grass. Like, I don't know why. It just, to me, it looks pretty. It looks really pretty to me. And I love the look of it on a page. I'm going to go through the blues here. And I might do these like a bluish. And then, so I can tie in the blue with the blue here. See if that'll work. But overall, I mean, I've done this entire picture with just these pencils, and I think it looks alright. I think it's looking pretty good. I might do a little bit of shading, like a darker shading on the shell here to give it a little bit more might have to go a little darker with that one. Yeah, that one's darker. Do a little bit of shading here. So, it is Memorial Day weekend here in Canada, so it's definitely a long weekend for everybody here. But what are your guys' plans for the weekend? Anybody have anything in particular they're doing? I haven't colored much all week, so I think I'm going to try to color as much as I can this weekend. Looks a little better than it was with the shading. It helps. It helps a little bit. Yeah, any big plans anybody got going on this weekend? Yeah, there's not much blues in this set. There's like maybe 3 or 4. I think there's four different blues. Just want to see what they're like. Purpley. See what you are. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see what we can do here. Just make sure, what am I at time-wise? Oh, 15 more minutes. And you're working night shift tonight? Oh my goodness. I remember working the night shift. Next week I'll be busy. Ooh, Minnie's turning 5. Is she or he? I think it's she, right? I think you were talking about that the other day. And what does she or he want for their birthday? What do they want for their birthday? What's the in thing? It's okay, honey. You're good, Brandy. It's all good. I know my grandson is, he's into Blue's Clues and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse right now, so. He is loving his Blue's Clues. Aw, love you too, girl. Aw, I love mermaids, unicorns, and rainbows. Did she get that from you? Hey, Pickle, did she get that from you? We're getting there with my picture. We're getting there, guys. So, next, she loves Spider-Man. Aw. Next week, for the page, I should have the Joshua Dunbar Island Cuties book. So, I was thinking maybe we'll do a Joshua Dunbar photo. It'll be in my first Joshua Dunbar book. So, I think it'll be interesting. I don't know if I'm liking this. With the green and the purple. We'll see. We shall see. I might outline it in a darker purple, see if that works too. Might help it. I figured she got part of it from you, because I know you love your unicorns, girl. But yeah, that Joshua Dunbar book will be my first one. I haven't gotten any of his Easy Spring, Easy, none of that stuff. I don't know, just never really interested me, those ones, but, the Little Island Cutie, I love island stuff and tropical stuff, so he came out with that one. That was something I really wanted because I thought the pictures in it were super adorable. I might outline this in a darker purple. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm looking to see how it would look. I don't know. I don't like it with the outline, so we should erase. I think it looks alright. I mean, it's not bad, but not everything's going to be perfect the way you want it, so hey, you win some, you lose some. And I'm just tired of making trees look green and, you know, I'm just that kind of person that needs different, you know. I don't always do the sky blue. I don't always do, you know, I'm forever trying to. I know some people need to have the sky blue and water blue and trees, you know, green, and but I'm going tropical with this little guy. Are you older than your sister, or? Is it your sister or your brother that's married to her? Oh no. What do you guys think? Does that tree look okay, or should I change it? I can erase it very easily. Yeah, so do I. I like making clouds purple. I don't know what it is about clouds being purple. I just... Thanks, Glitter. You're so sweet, darling. I think I'm going to do the outline first, and then I'll do the purple. I think that's what kind of threw me off with the first one there. Just easier to do the outline and then take the... Yeah, I think this will look better this way. But not all tree leaves look the same, so hey. And I'm kind of limited to colors with this pencil set, so I'm making the best of it, I guess. That's what I'm doing. I'm making the best of the situation, I guess. Yeah, I like this better. Way better. Yep. I like doing it this way better. Definitely. So All good. So what I'll do is after I'm going to take my chalk pastel and take one of my stencils and do the background. Yep. Yep, I definitely like it this way better. So gloomy out today. Of rain and east. Just so blah out today. It really is. No sun out today whatsoever. None. It's one of those days where you could just curl up on the couch with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, whatever, and just with your blanket and read your book or color or whatever. Yeah, just one of those days, you know. Oh gosh, you guys are starting a heat wave today. Good luck. When there's a heat wave, I literally hibernate. I get so nauseous. When there's a heat wave, I get nauseous to my stomach. So for my next live, if you want to ask any questions or you have any, any questions you want to, bring up or anything you want to talk about, any topic, I'm all for. It is an adult channel, so, I mean, anything really goes. And, yeah, if there's something in particular you guys want to talk about, we can talk about. Yeah. Yeah, the sun doesn't like me either right now. I have somehow, accumulated a allergy to the sun this year. So, we went out and I had my arms, and it's only the one arm, which is weird, but it literally blistered in the sun from the heat. It was only the one arm, which is weird because the rest of me doesn't do it. But yeah, it was my one arm. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's all scarred up and all blistered. But yeah, it's all scarred from the sun. That's what the sun did to me. So yeah, the sun does not like me this year. And there they go. Of course. Of course the pups are gonna go. Why not? Right? What do you guys think so far? I mean, it is a limited palette, but there's not much we can do to it. Yeah, I don't... It was just weird. And it became so itchy. I just scratched and scratched. I still scratch because it's so itchy. I try to put lotion on it. It doesn't work. It reminds me of... like getting your arm or whatever stuck in poison ivy. Mommy's allergic to the sun. Yeah. It's almost like poison ivy. And it's not poison ivy. I didn't get into anything. But, yeah, it's, there's Mr. Noodles there. Boil the kettle. You're good? Okay. But yeah, so working with a limited palette was definitely interesting for me. Um, and I bet you there's many more sets that I have that have limited palettes that I totally forgot about. But I mean, it with a limited palette, it pushes me to the limits and to try different combos, color combinations that I wouldn't typically try. So yeah. And like I said, I would usually be reaching for one of my other sets with certain colors that I'd love to use. But this is the whole, what?
She ate all the muffins.
The cookies. Take a wagon wheel.
I don't like the taste of them.
You don't like the taste of wagon wheels?
No, like they it's not doesn't taste the same as like how they used to make them.
Take some crackers. If there's any crackers left.
No,
She took the last of the crackers. You want Mr. Noodles? There's Mr. Noodles.
sure.
Okay, go boil the kettle. You can't have snacks in this house. Holy cow. They just poof, gone. And when there are no snacks, I'm talking to the girls on the live. And when there are no snacks in the house, to my one daughter, there's no food. Ah, there's nothing good to eat.
I like the muffins and the cookies, but I can't really eat too much sweets because then I get stuck in my teeth.
But
Why did you take your case off?
because I'm doing a live right now. Yeah, so if you guys want to, like I said, if you guys want to talk about anything, the next live, I do it on Saturdays, or at least I try to do it every Saturday around the same time. Oh yeah, my kids read the snacks as soon as we get home from groceries, and then when they're gone, they're gone.
I only took a muffin and a cookie. Or two, sorry.
All the cookies are gone too?
Yeah, there wasn't much cookies.
But yeah, so again, limited palette, limited color choices, but I'm making it work. I am making it work, girls. What can you do? So our Prismas are off the list. Our new pencils, the Zhejiang, I'm not even going to pronounce it, and the Artisto are off the list. So that's 3 out of, I think, 36 sets. So we are on our way.
$7 left on that for like Robux. So
Right? That's what I mean. They act like they don't get fed and there's no food, just like the animals too. It's like, really?
Can I have a hug?
Yes, you can have a hug. Hurry up. Mama's got to work on this picture
You're
here.
sweaty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so if there's maybe a coloring book or an artist that you guys want to see me color, I have a bunch of stuff set aside for these lives, like picture wise. If you guys have a certain artist or something maybe you guys want me to do or want to do like a color along with a certain picture or whatever the case may be, we can do that. Just let me know and we can make it work. I have a lot of doodle pages from Colored Caramel that are pulled out because they're fun to color. I color a lot of Colored Caramel's doodle pictures because they really are fun to color. But as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to call it the live done. We've been on for about 2 hours, and I really enjoyed all of your company, and thank you for being with me. You guys are all awesome. Loved the chit chat. Had a lot of fun, and it was definitely an interesting, you know,
He needs to see more.
there was definitely an interesting, you know, choice of color range that I had. And I am looking forward, oh my gosh, I am looking forward to the next one, guys. So next Saturday I will be live again with a new picture and a new pencil set. So until next time, my darlings, I will see you, and be safe, stay safe, be kind, keep smiling, and until next Saturday. Bye, guys.